Welcome back to Business Life, and as we do always, we want to begin with our summaries tonight. And as part of efforts to address some challenges related to motor insurance, the National Insurance Commission has introduced new measures to deal with the situation. We have the details in our summaries next.
Government is considering the separation of the regulatory and service provision functions of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority (GCAA) in a move that is likely to see the establishment of a new entity. The policy, which will be pursued by the Ministry of Aviation in 2019, is aimed in strengthening Ghana's aviation safety and security. Until November 2004, the GCAA and the Ghana Airport Company Limited (GACL) operated as a single entity, but the Civil Aviation Act of 2004, Act 678, provided for the establishment of the GCAA to focus on the core functions of airspace management and the GACL to handle airport development and operations. 12 years on, the Aviation Minister Joseph Kofi Yada said there is a need for more decoupling to be done with the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority to improve effectiveness and efficiency. A central database to register all merchants of telecom companies in the country is being developed as part of measures to sanitize the industry and check fraud. It is expected to be rolled out by the first quarter of next year. To be christened Merchants Registry Database, the move is expected to, among other things, help monitor and control the activities of all merchants, as well as help deal with emergencies with regards to the discharge of their duties. The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications, Mr. Kenneth Ashibe, who elaborated on the working of the registry, said what we are doing now is being facilitated by the Bank of Ghana, but will be managed by the mobile network operators, MNOs. As part of efforts aimed at addressing some of the challenges related to motor insurance, the National Insurance Commission has announced the introduction of the Enhanced No Claims Discount for third-party motor insurance. The Enhanced No Claim Discount Directive takes effect on January 1, 2019. In a statement issued by the Commission and signed by the Commissioner of Insurance, Justice Yaofori, said the directive will be applicable to new business written effective. New businesses written effective January 1, 2019. However, it does not apply to the renewal of businesses that existed prior to January 1, 2019, the statement noted. A breach of this directive, according to the statement, will attract a penalty of 20 times the premium that should have been charged. A motor insurance policy is legally mandatory if a person wants to drive on any road and not face penalties. The Motor Vehicles Act 1958 mandates every vehicle plying on Ghanaian roads to have at least a valid third-party liability policy. Whilst 2018 was the year trade wars broke out, 2019 will be the year the global economy feels the pain. Bloomberg's Global Trade Tracker is softening amid a fading rush to front-load export orders ahead of threatening tariffs. And volumes are tipped to slow further even as the US and China seek to resolve their trade spat, with companies warning of ongoing disruption. Already, there are casualties. GoPro Inc. will move most of its US-bound camera production out of China by next summer, becoming one of the first brand-name electronic makers to take such action, while FedEx Corporation recently slashed its profit forecast and pared international air freight capacity. Any kind of interference with commerce is going to be a tax on the economy, said Hamid Moghadam, Chief Executive Officer of San Francisco-based Prologics Incorporated, which owns almost 4,000 logistic facilities globally. And the world's economy is probably going to slow down as a result of it. Financial markets have already taken a hit. Recent data underscore concerns that trade will be a drag on American growth next year. US consumers are feeling the least optimistic about the future economy in a year, while small business optimism about economic improvement fell to a 2-year low, and companies expect smaller profit gains in 2019. The dollar drifted on Wednesday, and U.S. equity futures extended an advance as global investors waited to see if there will be further turmoil in American markets when traders return from the Christmas break. Gold added to its stellar month and the yen slipped. With European markets still shut, all eyes were on U.S. assets for clues to whether the sell-offs that put the S&P 500 index on the cusp of a bear market will continue when trading resumes in New York. Contracts on the gauge slumped early after CNN reported that President Donald Trump appears, though remained in a tight range. Treasuries ticked up during the Asia session, while stocks were volatile. Japanese equities closed higher on a wave of late buying after fluctuating throughout the day. Korean shares tumbled after a holiday, and Shanghai stocks fell for a second day. Markets in Australia and Hong Kong were closed.